If you've got fine hair like me and you're sick of lifeless, limp, boring hair, keep watching because I'm sharing my 3 go-to hairstyles that will last all day. They are definitely not boring, and honestly, they are so easy that anybody can do them, I promise. Style number 1, soft waves, no fuss volume. These are soft, effortless curls made with a curling iron, and the best part is there is no sectioning. I like to wear this style on day 1 when I have freshly washed hair, when my hair has the most volume. And we are going to be using a 1-inch curling iron. And when I said there's no sectioning, I meant it. These particular curls are meant to be effortless. First off, you can take a brush or a comb and take a section of your hair. And it can be a decent size section. That is one of the blessings with somebody who has fine hair. Take your curling iron, put it in the mid section of the hair, twirl it away from your face, and then try to bring the curling iron down without kicking it out. I did already use a heat protectant, and if you want to know what my favorite heat protectant of the moment is, put it in the comments and I will give you a link to it. I am going to leave the hair around my face till the end because that is when I will be turning my curling iron down because that hair is a little bit more delicate. Take your curling iron, a little bit higher this time, twirl it around, and then release. I think the waves work better when you work in big sections because it actually gives it more of a wave than an actual curl. I'm going to show you what the back of my hair looks like right now, and that is exactly what it should look like. Now I'm going to turn my curling iron down to work with the hair that's a little bit more fragile around my face. And to be honest, I just got this curling iron. This is the T3 Single Pass Curl X because my last one literally snapped in half in my suitcase. And so it doesn't tell you on the actual curling iron what temperature it is, so I have to memorize it. So I'm turning it to 300, and I had it on 325 before. Here we go, twirling it away from the face, but I'm not going to keep it on as long. And the idea for me is to try to wrap my bangs into my hair because I'm still in the middle, in the process of growing them out because I'm a Riri, and I was like, let's cut bangs, and I forgot what a pain in the ass they were to grow out. Okay, side over here. We're not gonna leave it on as long. Just twirl it away from the face. All right, so this side, I'm gonna do this whole section, and I'm going to turn my curling iron upside down, and I'm just going to barely wrap the hair around and drag it a little bit like that. And since it's turned down, I feel like I could actually leave it on a little longer. All right, so that really is the first part, actually, and I wanted to show you this before I began, but what I really like to do to make my hair last a lot longer is to prep it on day 1 with a dry shampoo. I actually really prefer the One by Oribe, but I hate the way it comes out and it's super messy, and I don't want to get it on my black shirt. So I'm gonna use my second favorite. This is by R+Co. This is the Dry Shampoo Powder Skyline. Spray it around my hairline and brush it in. And I'm telling you, this really does make your hair last longer, your blowout. Right in here too. I will be brushing these curls out in just a second. Avoid your part because you really do not want a white scalp. So what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to brush out the curls. And then kind of fluff them back up. Now this gives you a wave. Now, the products that I like to use to accentuate the volume and make it hold and last all day without weighing it down is going to be the tried and true balloon. This is by R+Co. This is the Dry Volume Spray. I have went through many and many of these. It's just probably one of my favorite products I've ever used. So go ahead and just be pretty liberal with it. And then we're going to be doing a couple other styles, so I'm not going to go too crazy, but it really does add nice volume, and it's brushable. See? Now, with literally, I did like, what, 6, 7, 8 curls total. It's such an easy hairstyle. There's normally another product that I would use that I would put in to help make this style last a little longer, but I'm gonna put it in on the next style. Super easy, less is more with the curls situation. And just make sure when you are dragging out your curling iron that you're not kicking it out, because that's gonna look old school and you won't like it. And I also would set it with hairspray as well, but again, I'll show you that on the next style. All right, so style number 2 is the half up twisty bun. I like to wear this hairstyle when I want to feel a little bit more sassy, or like when I'm going and hanging out with my girlfriends, because it is a little bit more edgy. All right, so for this particular hairstyle, you're gonna need some little mini rubber bands, and you can get this giant thing of rubber bands on Amazon for like $6. This is gonna take a little bit of sectioning, but I promise you, you can do it. Leave out your fringe or whatever hair that you're going to want to hang around your face. Now we're gonna actually take 2 sections and make little mini pigtails, and I promise you, it's not gonna look childish, just trust me on this. It will not stay in a pigtail, I promise. All right, now make sure whatever you do is you leave the amount of hair that you want out, or the proportion that you want. So if you want more hair down here, then make this section smaller. You can go ahead and just cut that and leave this hair down, which will end up making your hair look fuller down here. All right, so take your section, take your small rubber band, and do not put it too close to your head. You wanna leave a little bit of room for a little topsy-turvy, old school. All right, so now that we have our little first ponytail, take your fingers and divide that in 2, and then tuck that right in there. And then kind of give it a little cinch. We're gonna do that to this side. Take your other rubber band, make sure you're giving yourself plenty of room for your topsy-turvy, and then separate it, twist, pull through, give it a little cinch. Try to be gentle so you don't ruin it. Going to take your 2 sections and another rubber band. And then we're going to do one more little ponytail. All right, I did forget to mention, you will need a bobby pin. I have these little miniature bobby pins, or if you have more hair than me, use a regular bobby pin. So we're gonna take our little section of our little ponytail, and we're gonna twirl it and turn it into a little bun. Now you can put it back here, you can put it on the top of your head, whatever your heart desires. Little mini bun. What you're gonna do is take your bobby pin, I'll look down so you can see what I'm doing, and jackknife it in. And I'm doing another one over here. And then I'm gonna check on it to see if I need another one. That looks good to me. Let's check that out. All right, so now you just wanna perfect it. You can take another bobby pin if you want. And you know, put it up on there. Now, if you wanted to, you can give yourself some more curls to plump up the volume on this top layer. I wouldn't really, you don't really need too much. Just a couple, like I said, on this top layer, and that will give you that little extra oomph that'll make you look like you actually have more hair than you do. Now, this is where I would spray it again with a little bit more of my balloon. That really does give it a lot of texture without weighing it down. They call it a dry volume spray because it's not sticky or anything like some can be. Another product that another product that I really love. This is by Orbe. This is called Swept Up. It's a texturizing powder. See the theme? Texturizing spray, texturizing powder. Now I like to put this in my bangs and like really work it in. And this gives it enough grit that it helps your bangs from separating midday. Another good old tried or true one product that I've been through many bottles. All right, so there you go. How cute is this little hairstyle? Like I said, it's a little edgy, a little chic. You could have left the two and made two little mini buns. That would have been cute. Yeah, this is what this looks like. All right, so style number 3, the messy low bun. I like to wear this style on day 2 or 3 after I wash my hair. Sometimes I will re-wash my bangs, so at least my bangs are really fresh, and then I'll put the rest of it up. All right, so this is what we're gonna do for our messy low bun. We're gonna go ahead and do like what we did on style number 2 and section out the amount of hair that you want to remain around your face. Now, if my hair's really greasy and gnarly, I will do more of a sleek style, but this is going to be more of an elevated take on it. And like I said, you can rewash not just your bangs, but just the hair around your face, and it will make your hair look like you just washed it and save you lots of time. Now, the styles are also nice to build upon each other. Since I already have all the product in my hair on this style that I would do on day 2 or 3, it doesn't take me as long to do and actually makes my style, the messy bun style, a lot easier to do because I have so much texture in my hair already. And take my hairspray. This is by R+Co. This is the Outer Space. It's also a nice flexible hairspray, so you can brush it out if you need to halfway through. I'm just gonna spray the hair a little bit away from my face. Now, what we're gonna do is take another small rubber band. You can always take 2 to reinforce it. Smooth out your hair. Take your rubber band. Depending on how short your hair is, will tell you how high your bun can be. So my hair, if I don't want any hair falling out, that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. So I'm not gonna go too tight or too close to my scalp. You see how I left a little bit of room to pull out some volume and to manipulate it. So before I put it in the bun, I'm gonna pull out some hair to give my head a little bit more of a round shape so it doesn't look like a peanut. I'm gonna turn around so you can kind of see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna take 2 rubber bands and make a little mini bun. Cup this underneath. All right, so clearly that does not look like much, but I've got skills and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna start off with actually a regular normal person's bobby pin. Watch and see, take the hair. So I took the hair and kind of jackknife it in. I'm actually holding my bun to secure it, and I'm gonna do the other side like that. This is where you're gonna assess the longer your hair is, the more that you can pull out to make it look like a real bun. But this is supposed to be like a no fuss situation, and that is what I'm working with. I feel pretty secure. I could tuck some hairs to really secure it, but I don't mind. I don't mind having a couple that have fallen. Kind of gives it the little effortless, I didn't try too hard situation. Now I'm just gonna do a little hairspray again. Super easy, super chic, and this particular hairstyle does require a lot of texture, and so using something like the dry volumizing spray or swept up powder, that really does help it. Otherwise, if your hair is too silky, it's gonna have too much slip and you're not gonna be able to get the amount of texture and volume. But with all those products that I started with, I started off the dry shampoo. That's gonna give it longevity to make sure that you're not getting too much oils, which weigh your hair down. The volumizing texture spray, this gives it nice volume without your hair collapsing. The swept up is really good for not even just your bangs, but I usually put it around my entire section of the mohawk section of my hair. And then of course, I really love the Outer Space flexible hairspray. I like a flexible hairspray because I want to be able to brush it out, but if you don't want it to go anywhere, then maybe you would want to grab for something a little bit stronger. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you try any of these hairstyles, let me know in the comments how they worked out for you, and let me know which one was your favorite. And if you found this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and do not forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.